solve for x. 1 raised to power x plus 4 raised to power x is equals to 16. Now, how do we solve for x in this problem? So the first thing we do, we shall divide all through by 16 raised to power x. So we divide all through by 16 raised to power x. If you divide all through by 16 raised to power x, 4 raised to power x divided by 16 raised to power x, then 1 raised to power x divided by, after dividing all through by 16 raised to power x, you can see that is 16 raised to power x, 16 raised to power x, 16 raised to power x. We will divide both sides of the equation by 16 raised to power x. So the next thing is to use the laws of indices. Remember, if you have a raised to power b over c raised to power b, if you have this, then that is the same as a over c all raised to power b. Now, in this our problem, we have 1 raised to power x over 16 raised to power x will be the same as 1 over 16, then everything is raised to power x. Again here, you will have all raised to power x, then 16 raised to power x over 16 raised to power x will become 1. Now, the next step now is to simplify further. Remember, 1 over 16, 4 over 16 can be simplified as 4 over 16 is the same as, if you take this in the next line, we will have 4 over 16 is the same as 1 over 4. Therefore, 1 over 16 will be what? 1 over 16 will be 1 over 4, which has been squared. That will give you 1 over 16. So here, you can use the laws of indices. When you have in bracket a, a raised to power b, then all of that raised to power c, then this is the same as the power outside multiplies the power inside. So that will be a raised to power bc, which will be the same as in bracket a raised to power c, then raised to power b. So if you use these laws of indices, we now have this problem here. It therefore means 1 over 4 raised to power 2 raised to power x is the same as 1 over 4 raised to power x, then 2 outside. If we interchange 2x, here is b, c, then c, b, the laws of indices. Now at this point, you can now say, let 1 over 4 raised to power x, let 1 over 4 raised to power x to be y. So anywhere we have 1 over 4 raised to power x, we shall substitute with y. So this is our equation here. This is our equation. In the next line, we'll have this 1 over 4 raised to power x, we let it to be y. Anywhere you see this 1 over 4 raised to power x, the whole of that we let to be y. So what do you see? We have y squared plus y is equals to 1. So that one is a quadratic equation which can be expressed in the form y, standard form of a quadratic equation, that is y squared plus y, then 1 coming this side of the equation minus 1 is equals to 0. Now that quadratic equation is in the form we can solve it using the quadratic formula. Remember quadratic formula, if you have ay, quadratic formula, if you have ay squared plus by plus c to be equals to 0, then the solution of y will be given by the quadratic formula, that is minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, then all over 2a. Now that is the quadratic formula. So from here, you can see from these two equations, you can see the value of a, the coefficient of y there. The coefficient y there is 1. The coefficient of y in the middle there is 1. So we can clearly see that a is 1, because the coefficient of y here is 1, and that is the same as a. Then again, b is equals to 1, because you can see the coefficient of y here is positive 1 to be the same as positive b. So b is 1. Then the constant term, the c, is equals to -1, because you can see here clearly that we have -1 is the same as the constant term positive c. So positive c is just c to be equivalent to -1. So if we substitute this in the equation here, this one will be equals to, so when you want to substitute anything, you bracket. So we'll have b in a bracket. Then here we have this square root is for everything. It is root b minus 4ac. Or everything is inside the square root, like that. So there you will have b. We want to substitute. Anytime you want to substitute any value, you bracket the value you want to substitute. We want to substitute the value of a. We want to substitute the value of c in the denominator. We want to substitute the value of a. Now the whole of this, I copy this equation where there is b, and now put the value of b. So remember the value of b we found here is 1. So where there is b, I put 1. Anywhere you see b, I put the value of b is 1. Then a we found is 1. Where there is a, we put the value of a, which is 1. Where there is c we found is -1. Then where there is a, you put the value of a we found to be 1. Now this equation is what we now simplify further. So when we simplify that, we are going to have 1 squared is 1. Then 4 times 1 times -1 is going to be -4. So -4, the whole of that is going to be in bracket -4. So 1 minus -4 is going to be 5. Then 2 times 1 is going to be 2. Now from there, we found 2 solutions of y. So the first solution of y, that one, when we say the first solution of y to be y1. So here we have y1. We have y1 to be equals to we will have the first solution, y1 to be equals to, we go to our equation. This is the solution of y we found. We found the solution of y to be this. So when we want the first solution, we block one sign in the middle, it is plus or minus. So if we block positive, if we block negative, we'll remain with the positive sign. So we'll have that. Then the second solution of y, and the second solution of y will now be y2. So the second solution of y, that is now y2. Now instead of positive sign in the middle, we now have the negative sign. So -1 plus square root of 5 is the same as -1 will be just -1 plus root 5. That is the same as, that will be equals to, then we have, if we rearrange, we start with a positive 5 to start, followed by negative, followed by -1. Positive 5, -1 plus positive 5 will have square root of positive 5, then of course it is over 2 minus 1. Then this one is just the same as what? That one will be equals to, that one is -5, then followed by -1 over 2. Now remember, if you go back, we said let 1 over 4 raised to power x to be equals to y. We said let 1 over 4 raised to power x to be equals to y. So where there is y, we'll put the value of y. So the first value of y, y1, is this, root 5 minus 1 over 2. So where there is y, we'll put the value of y, which is root 5 minus 1 over 2. And the next solution again, and again, we will have, in this case, and we have again 1, we have again 1 over root, you go back to the equation, 1 over 4 raised to power x to be equals to y, you substitute that here again, then you put the second value of y. The second value of y we found is -5 minus negative root 5 minus 1 over 2. So we will put that to be the second value of y here. That. Now, for us to get the value of x, you can see when you take this solution here, when you take this solution, that 1 over 4 raised to power x to be negative root 5 minus 1 over 2. For you to get x, it means you will introduce log on both sides. So you will introduce log on either side of the equation is equals to log of everything here. So you can see log of all of that. Now, remember, negative root 5 minus 1, negative is a common factor. If you factorize negative outside, you will see it is negative, then these other values now change to positive root 5 plus 1. If you factorize out the negative, which is a common factor there. So you see, the log of a negative number is always undefined. So it means the first solution, when y is negative root 5 minus 1 over 2, is undefined. So that first solution there is undefined. We go to the next case. So the next case we have 1 over 4 raised to power x. 1 over 4 raised to power x to be equals to root 5 minus 1 over 1 over 2. So you make this one factor by putting it inside the bracket like that. So for you to get x, you introduce log on both sides. So we will have this our problem here. We'll introduce logs on both sides. So if you introduce log on both sides, if you introduce log here, we have log 1 over 4 raised to power x is equals to log root 5 minus 1 over 2. So here it means in the laws of logarithm, the power will become the coefficient. So it means this, the whole of this will be the same as what? It will be the same as x, the power, will become the coefficient. Then we just remain with log 1 over 4. X will become the coefficient. Then we remain with log 1 over 4 like that. So for you to get the value of x, you divide both sides by log 1 over, by log 1 over, by log 1 over 4. So we'll have log 1 over 4 divided by log 1 over 4. You do the same on the other side of the equation, divide by log 1 over 4. So here, log 1 over 4 and log 1 over 4 will go. You remain with x to be equals to log of root 5 minus 1 over 2. Remember, root 5 minus 1 is a positive number, so that log is defined. Now there you use the rule. Remember, if you have log A over log B, if you have log A over log B, that is the same as log, that is the same as log that is the same as log A to base, that is the same as log A to base B. So if you look at this our problem here, if you look at this our solution here, you can see you have x is equals to log root 5 minus 1 over 2 divided by log 1 over log 1 over 4. That will now be the same as what? It will be the same as what we had here. It will be the same as log A to base B. So when you put log A to base B, we will have this, we'll have our log to base B. Remember B, in our case, B is the logarithm denominator, meaning B is 1 over 4. So B is 1 over 4 log to base B of A. And our A is what is in the numerator. That is, the whole of this is A. Root 5 minus 1 over 2 is the value of A. If you substitute that, then that is the final solution of that problem. So we found the solution of x is log root 5 minus 1 over 2 to base 1 over 4 using these laws of logarithms. And that is how to solve that problem, ladies and gentlemen. See you again in our next video. Thank you.